Jaga jow. Yaga yow. Yow yow. Jaga jow. Yaga yow. Jaga jow. What up? Give me 1 second, everyone. Getting everything set. Set. Do 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 do. Boo. What up, everybody? The Hype-Nitis is in. What up, Rayhan? Look, that's the in the sky. Canibus. This is my joint back in the day. Hype-Nitis. Hype-Nitis. Cause they snakes and I can smell their venom on their breath. Hype-Nitis. That's what we're dealing with. The federal snakes. All right. So as you can see, I don't have a big list of things on the discussion today because I'm going to keep this simple. Actually, I wanted to do a video, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do today. But then I was in the Discord and my girl brought it to my attention because we were talking. And I was like, I don't know what I want to talk about, baby. I don't know what I need to talk about, baby. And she was like, and I was telling her about the fact that JT had talked about, I'm going to scroll up. Give me a second. Where are you, JT? Where did you say that? Where did you see that, man? Where did you see that? Here we go. Here we go. JT. All right. Y'all think crypto is a wash again after the Super Bowl? And Mean Gene says that there's a lot of pump faking going on. And I was like, nobody has the money to speculate right now in an economy where inflation is running crazy. So Bitcoin is a risk-on asset and will continue to fall throughout crypto winter. Now, y'all know I've been telling y'all the first week of December, as per last crypto winter, right, down here, we bounced, and let me zoom up and zoom in, right? And this is I'm weirded out right now because there's fundamentals that I know with the cycle, right? And we're not having those things happen. Oh, shoot, you can't even see the damn screen. Hold on, damn, hold on. I didn't show it to you. Here we go. Here, well, when I was talking about, JTNice was talking about, and what up, JT? Appreciate you in the cash lane for real, fam. Added you to cash lane too. All right, said y'all think crypto will crash again. Now this is after I had put out a, because I hadn't been last week talking too much. Again, I'm developing the software so that I can begin to add media content that I have out and be able to start using that for marketing material, right? Then leveraging that marketing material, I can now earn royalties more for advertising other clients with my music just being part of the ads, right? So it's a way to get usability into my musical assets day one. So that's why I'm building the system so that, one, I build it for me, and because I am a artist within the system, I'm planning for scalability. So I'm just an artist in, and I can add multiple artists in, and now everybody can track their own catalogs and keep an eye on their own things, right? But at the same time, the data can then be collected. And then, of course, with all energy, as you have a conglomeration of data, now you have more power, right? Because you got to look at this as Nielsen ratings. Everybody in the planet, y'all, and I don't think anybody guessed this yet, everybody on the planet can do just about anything now. So if you sit there and say, and I was telling my friends this years ago, I was like, I want to own a piece of the media industry. At first it was the music industry, But then I realized music encapsulated everything, just like video does, right? So if I make a music video and I can shoot the video myself, and then I can edit that video myself and take my music and make everything sync together and everything looks good, well, I just made a piece of media, right? And with that piece of media, that medium, and my music's there, my royalties are, I'm now a performing artist regardless. And what we didn't know years ago, and if you don't know this, if you wanted to become an ASCAP member, you needed to have a venue, right? So you needed to go do a show. So you had to be at some type of public venue to have your shows. Now, years ago, I realized mp3.com being a website was an actual venue. And that's how I got on ASCAP. Now, has ASCAP given me one iota of 1 penny of any of the music I put out? No. Who has? City Baby has as my distributor. So that's why I say you can kind of punt the music label at this point, which I've been saying for years. For those of you that don't know, hi, my name is Tragic. I'm an artist, a musician, I'm a producer, but I'm also a web developer, and I've been more on the development side and the business side of this business for years. Why? Because my father lost his copyrights when I was a kid, turned him into an alcoholic, right? I realized that you can, as an artist, your intellectual property really doesn't matter to them. It may matter to you, but it doesn't matter to them that control the assets. And they are willing to just bypass your copyrights if you don't know how to handle your business properly, like my dad didn't. No disrespect to my father. He was just very emotional when it came to business. And business is never personal. It just is what it is. Right? So we have to begin the loss of control of capital due to our culture getting pulled away from the assets we were controlling, because we were like, we out in these streets acting stupid. And of course, you always got people that are going to grease the palms that be, what they say, doctrine of discovery type beats. We're not going to get deep in that today. But I always got to remind myself what we lost financially. What were we controlling as far as assets? And it's not Bitcoin, it's not gold, and it's not silver. It's all of it. And I think we've forgotten that. Well, of course, we have forgotten that. That's what the education system was to do. And I realized some shit, man. I was thinking the other day. I was like, when I was a kid in New York, right? They used to bring me to all of these buildings as a child and give me this fake ass narrative about the colonists and about all the things that they did. Right? And I'm looking at these buildings and I'm like, you have to have the school system, right, to then teach people about why these buildings look so weird. So you have to have an indoctrination for it. And you get diplomas if you can regurgitate the bullish they've given you, even if it makes no damn sense to you. Now, we've been given that narrative not only in how we deal with our educational system, we've been given that damn narrative in how we deal with our financial systems. We have no financial education. And as Black people, we damn sure ain't got none. We don't even understand that we're maritime law people. And the shit is like, and it's bobo. And this is the deep bobo. We are really boboed by our own systems. Because this was ours. They just corrupted it. So you've got to just look at what the system is, see the negative sides of how they transact their business, re-energize the pieces that you remember in your essence to be able to figure out how to navigate monetarily again. That's what you lost. You lost your edge. My girl told me when I lost, basically back in 2016, I had lost my job. And I love her to death. I love that she said this to me. And this is why I respect my future wife. She had told me, you lost your swag. Now, this is right after 2015 that I told my girl, as a web developer, I said, babe, I think I'm going to lose my job next year because there's absolutely no reason that they need me. And I'm at the time, I'm at a startup. So understand, when I say 2015, I was already seeing the venture capital money drying up, y'all. It's one of the reasons I work with startups. I do things on purpose. I do things with a purpose. I've just had to. One of those things is keep a pulse to multiple streets. So for me, I always jump into the corporate world. One, when money is shaky for me, it's real easy to jump into a job. And with my business, I can then write off taxes off my job's tax income so that I can have more money for my business needs, right? So my salary goes into subscriptions, and those subscriptions I write off in my taxes. Boom and boom. There will be some years I have some profitability with that. That's when I get a bunch of clients while I have a job. And there's sometimes I'll lose that. Like when I no longer have that job and I'm working straight freelance. But what they see is the inflows, outflows, and the consistency of what businesses I'm talking about and what am I doing. My ports of exit were PayPal. My ports of exit have increased. One of my new ports of exit, which I'll be talking once we get through freaking April, and I'll discuss that in a minute. One of the things that I'm doing is I'm also on FTX exchange. I'm on all the exchanges that are now buying up Coliseums, right? And again, leads me to JT's statement. But we're going to go down. Now, I was talking about some tofu dreg toilets. Again, I want to show y'all the waste that's happening in China right now. No disrespect to my heritage, because my family is Asiatic. But my peoples is acting up. You know, we black Asiatics, and what are y'all doing with toilets on the sidewalk? My brothers. We out here tripping. And this is the corruption we're talking about. And it's not about the corruption alone. It's about the financial responsibility that is not really truly being managed properly. We're talking about mismanagement of revenue. And yeah, I know y'all are printing all this damn money to like ridiculous levels, but yo, homie, for real. Like, you can't print and waste, and then print and waste, and then print and waste. Like, when are we going to actually build some assets? Why has everybody got a Ponzi scheme? Like, literally, everybody's got a Ponzi scheme, y'all. And when you break it down, look at the, I love the amount of, and I'm trying to say this very delicately, the illusion of control that I have. Because I have no real control. We all know that. Right? I can't walk out in the street swinging. Right? Because I'll be arrested for whatever. I can't go out there and just blow haze in the street. Right? So I have no real control. I'm not a really free person. Not really. I have privileges. No rights, pretty much, right? That's what we know. If I try to act up, we know what happens with that, right? So we already know you need to have some type of financial cushion or some type of revenue source to be able to have some semblance of control of your time. See, that's the only thing you have. Revenue equals control of time. See, I give it no more power than that. I don't sit there and try to chase no benzos. I'm not trying to get the flossy ice. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm trying to build enough capital revenue to be able to bring on more people that I can have them bring on more capital revenue. Like, because if I'm an independent contractor, me as an artist, and I have my independent content, which would be my beats and my songs, and I can license those things to be used for advertising internally through my own network, then what do I need them for? And again, with the tools that we have with low code, no code getting stronger, I believe programs like WordPress are going to be out of here soon. Now, for those that you don't know, I choose technology. I am an investor. I take my time right now and invest so that I can make money from what I do with my time, because I have no real capital to invest. So once I know I have the same 24 hours as you, right? Then I maximize it. Some people get a job like I do when I need to. I work my 9 to 5 or 7 to 7, really, because you got to get up 7 in the morning, get yourself ready, drive an hour to get there by 9, right? So you typically got to be up at 7. And by the time you get through traffic to get back home after you left at 5, you may be home around like 6 something, 7 o'clock before you can actually chill the hell out and finally decompress. So you're looking at 12 hours of your life gone. And I take the same 12 hours after that and I get back to work for my own stuff. As a self-employed person during my evening times when I used to work. And then even if I don't have a job, now I have the habit. So even now, 9 to 5, I still work. I'll do my research projects. My research projects are for long-term capitalization. Also, I've been studying the economy. Why? It's a necessity to study the economy because I had no idea why Bitcoin didn't hit 100K last year until I figured out we had no money in our damn bank accounts. Where is that? Where is it? Right here. Fed data. Right? We have no personal savings. Here's the receipts, right? December 2019 and December 2021. Now, November, we were pre-pandemic levels, lower. So November 7.5 and November 2021, we're at 7.2, right? December of 2019, we were at 7.3, though December of 2021, we're at 7.9. Now, y'all, please understand, this ain't your pocketbooks. Not all of you. This is people who cashed out of stocks in December, took their profits, like I told you, and cashed in a lot of losses and booked a lot of profits. These were the smart ones that got out early. Now, as I was talking in the Discord, right, I put out some stuff about Peter Lynch, about best times to invest. I also talk about the Big Short guys, the other two guys that are part of that movie that I haven't even watched the movie because we only know about Burr as he's the main character, but these other two guys played a position in that. And one of the things that they really brought out that kind of changed my mind state a little, not changed it, but makes me understand what's coming or what the Fed has been doing. And I want to explain that right now. These guys explain something where price discovery is important. And what that means is, imagine you and I are selling something together, right? So you and I have something we're going to sell. So you're going to sell me flour and I'm going to sell you bread. So there's a ebb and flow between how we're going to do this commerce back and forth between each other. Now, imagine somebody comes in and then gives the person in the field an extra surplus of money to compensate for whatever that causes the flour's prices, because there's a shortage of flour, even though it's being propped up, it causes the prices of flour to go up, which is now causing the price of bread to go up, which is now affecting our real true prices because somebody else has put money someplace else, boosting a false economy. We have no real price discovery. So now look at the stock market, and I want you to look at something. If you look at the total assets and capitalization that the Fed has been printing since Rona, right? And now stair step to heaven. This is the buying. This is when I talk about plunge protection and they try to keep the market and they're propping the market up. This is what it means that the market is propped up. All of this ends in March, y'all. This screen begins to stop and flatline. Think of this almost like a heartbeat upward with no pulse that goes down. They've been just pumping one big pump of a heart without letting it ba-dump. No, they've just been inflating the ba. When that dump happens, It's like a heartbeat. The economy needs to have a dip. Yeah, it's a roller coaster hill of death, like Rayhan said in the chat. We had no badump yet. And everybody's been saying, don't fight the Fed. And I understand that now. I didn't understand it before. But I understand the sentiment of, wait, they've been printing for years now. Let's go back. They've been printing for years. When they don't print, things go stupid. But let's go back in time. Let's go back. Let's go back. Back in time. See, 2008. They've been printing, y'all. Well in advance. They have been printing since the crash of 2000, y'all. Look, the books start where? Look where they start. 2002, y'all. And it just keeps going and going and going. It don't come back down. We don't get that badump. So after that 2000 crash, then we had the 2008 thing, and boom, I got to give trillions of dollars to these guys, right? Then we keep going, and it keeps going. This is why you can't fight the Fed, because of this stuff. But to do this, they had to lower interest rates. Understand something, y'all. There's only two things that the Fed control. They can control what they print, and they can affect what it does and the interest rates that they set, right? So they can control what they print, and they control the interest rate. They can print, lower the interest rate, right? Then when they no longer have any room to lower any more interest rates because inflation is going out of hand, they have to flip the interest rates up, shocking markets and getting things back in order. Maximum employment is their job at the Fed, is maximum employment. Why? Because we're on a debt fiat system for all debts tendered. And we don't get that shit. We don't get the simplicity of that. We don't get the ugly beauty in that shit. That the paper that you see, the whole, you're in the new world. Like, you know what really funny to me? And I've been part of this bullshit and of the belief of this. While everybody's worried about the new world order, right? Please understand, it already rolled over on us. Like Malcolm said, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock landed on us, right? So if we understand that that order was what rolled on top of us, we've been in it. They're now getting in it. We've already been tagged, right? We've already had all our asses taken. Like, all of our assets were taken. Not just our gold. Hell, we had Wampoon. They bought the whole damn islands with Wampoon and then got rid of Wampoon. If you don't know what Wampoon is, y'all, that is money. That was our concept of money. These beads that they talked about that sold and bought islands, Manhattan, was our commerce. North American Indians, shells. Come on, Wampoon was money. But then gold became the standard. And then they removed the standard to be a debt slave mentality. You are bonded. Bonds, go to jail. You got bonded. You're on the bond market. That's just the new world slave trade, y'all. Oh, come on. Stop. Boom. You're collateralized. Market, whether or not you understand that or not. Important. That's why they say you're worth more dead. The insurance. The insured debt. You're a piece of property. Bonded on a market. How does it feel? Welcome to our world. This is what we've been. This is who we've been. They took the ships, they burned the flags, they took the gold. And that's fine. Now what do? Get back your commerce. Create your revenue streams. Create an economy. You have a port of entrance, right? You got time. You can work with your time. You can do things with time to earn. And when you do that, what do? You flip it for products and services. You learn a craft, a skill with time. You take that craft and skill and you either learn to scale it or you do it better than everybody else. Or you learn to get it in front of more people. Because you already know it's not the best people in the game that win. It's just the one that's more visible. Well, how do you do visibility now? You get on CD, baby. You get your royalties rolling. And then you let YouTube and every other distributor give you guap for your content. You are now your own label. So what are you going to do with that? I pay my taxes with mine. My royalties come in every month. My royalties add up at the end of the year. When I do my taxes this spring, I write off my taxes and say, hey, this is how much money I got. I get W-9s now from, I got something from CDB. I got to look into it. I got some type of tax document from them. This is the beginning, y'all. Like, we're all independent contractors now. So what are you going to do with that? The $600 plan that they did was basically to open up these ports for themselves for taxes. Because, they can't tax the rich. That's so funny, right? Everybody, tax the rich. Oh, tax them. Well, okay, you can tax them. But they don't hold any assets in their personal account. So what are you taxing? The ship, their car or vessel, they don't own. The company does, right? And if the company owns a vessel, you really can't stop it on the road. There's maritime rules for that shit. See, people don't understand you still have vessels on, especially doing commerce, back and forth to commerce. So my thing is an understanding that we have to get back to earnings. That's what I learned working for venture capital firms, especially the last one I worked with when I got laid off. The biggest problem they had was their customers had no real need for their software. And they weren't even using it internally, i.e. eat your own dog food, to even see it was viable or a necessity to use. They just said, it's an idea and we're going to do it. All right, it might have worked when everybody cared about having analog hardware, because that's what the software did. It was a way for you to keep an eye on all your different infrastructure of your internal hardware. And I thought about it, and I was like, well, what about with every business? And one of the things I like about Gary Vaynerchuk, some things he says, like now he's like on some mental ish and retarded. But some things that Gary used to say when he was not trying to be Hype-Nitis was put yourself out of business, right? And I took that to heart. And I looked at the company I worked at, and I was like, okay, what is the worst case scenario? And this was November of 2015, before I got laid off in 2016, which was about May. So about 2015, I'm sitting there going, yo, if I put myself out of business and I work for this company, let's say I own this company, what do I know? What I know about this company is our clients, only reason that they bought their contract last year that I was working, the last year, November or spring. It was January of 2015. One of our clients had to re-up their subscription only because they forgot that they had to pay for it again. So when I heard that, it freaked me out. I was like, wait. You mean $100,000 of the capital we make? So basically my salary is based off of, and I wasn't making 100. And if the client disappears next year because they remember to turn off this subscription and not renew the contract, well, my salary or need for me is out the window. Guess what happened the following year? Bong, I got laid off. See, it's insights like that. Never feel safe. Even when I worked at Citibank was the first, I was like, yo, my boss, the guy that hired me, got laid off. Why? He couldn't keep up with development. We were both web designers. We didn't know we had to become developers. We thought web design was going to be it. Well, web design had a window of time. It was from 2001 to 2005. Well, actually 2004 when I left the bank. It was like, that was the end of it for me as a web designer because I had to become a web developer. That's what transitions. And now as a web developer, well, I was about to lose my job again. That was the job I had there as being their web developer using WordPress. Well, again, I leveraged WordPress as a tool to get all these jobs for a while from 2009 through 2015. WordPress was how I got work. I used a piece of technology to keep me up as far as financially, doing something nobody else was doing, leveraging this piece of software on a scalable way. Like I could grab a template, boom, put something out really fast. I was outpacing everybody. Now, WordPress is dope if you want to build a small site, but now the web has changed. The web is dying, number one. We have the dying of the light, the dying of old content not being archived, things just disappearing off the web, and robots writing all the content. ToxicHustle will write its own content in time. Yes, believe. I already have multiple ways for that to happen. I already showed y'all in a couple videos how it's done. And a lot of it is just going to be systematically machines talking to machines, sending data back and forth. APIs. Data is the new oil. What do you do with data that earns you money? Facebook is a data company, and they're going to be a metaverse company, and they're going to be so, like the dystopian crap that's going to come with them being able to see. Like imagine them just reading, like they can see every post in your back end, right? So they can see all the chats and all the darkness that we don't even know about. Imagine all the darkness on Facebook. Now, imagine that darkness 3D and visible like a movie. Oh, there's going to be so much that's going to be seen. And they're already starting to see that. Isn't there like a groping thing that just happened? Groping in the metaverse? And there was a think gang something the other. I can't say the other word. I'll see if it comes up. Here we go. The metaverse, December 16th, already has a groping problem. Sexual harassment problem in the metaverse. Virtually groped her. In an attack inside Meta's virtual reality. Yep, Rayhan knows word spinning. Yep, that's how I can write articles. So this, what's about to happen inside these worlds as it gets like, when this happens, y'all, let me show y'all again. Unreal 3D. I'm telling you, the engine I am already looking into. I'm telling you, this here ain't nothing to play with. Real time? I'm telling you, what is coming ain't nothing to play with. I'm trying to tell you, the music in the clubs, the people in the clubs, the clothes that they wear, the DJs that can stream, the video shows you create for in-world television networks. Like, y'all got to think sub level. All the top line shit is controlled. So what I mean by that is, let's look at analog broadcast. Analog broadcast is what? Waves, as far as radio waves. We don't control those. They're short waves and they can't go interstate. What you have is the other light waves, which is your cable wire, right? It's digital light, fiber optics. So those fiber optics, now those, you have those waves. right? Those light waves can now send billions of data bits back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The hard lines are getting faster and faster, as well as the upper lines, it's principalities of the air. So that'll be all your broadcasting of Wi-Fi and 5G, your Wi-Fi 6 and 5G networks. That's using the shortwave radio bursts. They're going that bandwidth is flooding fast. That's the helium network, which we've made probably about $30 on that, even with the market going down. So far, total for 2 months. Right? So imagine now we have no radio, right? We have YouTube is flooded. Spotify is there, yes, and I'm making my royalties there, and anybody can do that, and that's good, but you're still gonna need visibility there. Of course, you'll get TikTok, right? And you'll get some visibility there. But I'm looking at something, and this is my hustle, y'all. Here's our toxic hustle. I'm gonna give you the hustle that I'm doing and preparing for 2022. I'm getting everything prepared for it now, and how I'm running into 2023. Again, I'm running into 2023 looking at how much content can I pump? How much music can I infiltrate into multiple digital networks that spill out of those? How much network power can I own in cryptocurrency? Network power. I want the networks. So how do I do networks? I'm about to show you my hustle. Here you go. What I did, and do not do as I do, please, because this is risky. But I am playing a different game. I'm going to show you why. I have gone in with my shorts. These are all shorts for the networks. This is Atom's network. This is Ethereum's network. This is Bitcoin's network. Now, Bitcoin's network, does not have all the NFTs yet and all that other stuff. That's long term, but again, you know what I do. I treat Bitcoin like gold. Ethereum, they're still smart contracts. I don't care if it's expensive. I know that sucks. In time, they may fix that, but at the end of the day, as long as a digital shekel and other currencies are being built on this network, and when I say the shekel, I'm talking about Israel is doing the shekel on Ethereum. Russia is working with Ethereum because Vitalik Buterin always is on the same side with Vladimir Putin. So we're not going to go there. But I can tell you, I'm on that network. I want this network. And what am I doing? I got this network, and this network. And I'm going to add Luna and FTM because that's the exchange, I believe. No, this is Phantom Network. So the Phantom Network. And why am I buying? Yeah, I'm going to buy these shorts. So I bought the short here. As you can see how much cash flow I got in the Atom shorts. I got the Ethereum short and I got the Bitcoin short, right? Now, you can see how much we've dropped, which was bigger, but the robot is still truck along, right? Truckosaurus. What am I doing? Here is the hustle. While I'm working on content, working on everything else, what I'm doing now is I'm letting the market play out long term. I am buying, the robot is buying the dip, buying down, and it's just going to trade up and down, up and down. For the rest of this time, I believe we're going to go sideways like we did before, right? For quite some time. Let me show you what I mean. If you go back to the, if I go here and I go back, this is 2017, right? That after we hit 2017 around here, which is the first week of February, you see what happened? Bounced up for a second, right? Till March. What's happening now? Exactly. Then what happened? Bow. What happened in April? So, JT, I want to thank you because you brought up something today and my girl hit me in the head like, this is what you need to talk about. And here it is. CRO has a, what is it? A stadium, right? Staples Center. Okay. The Staples Center in November became crypto.com. All right. Let's look at the Staples Center. This is how I do research, y'all. I just wanted you to see it. So here's the Staples Center. So you've got hockey. You've got basketball. What's getting ready to happen in basketball? Isn't March Madness the college team? Isn't April when the playoffs start? So wouldn't I, as CRO, need the exchange and Bitcoin to be propped up at least till basketball season's done? When does basketball season end? When is the NBA playoffs? That's it. Oops, playoffs? 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 Boom, boom, boom. Ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, boom, boom. Ba-dum. April 16th. So here you go. So we're already saying that somewhere in April/Mayish, right? So let's look again. So now let's go back. So we've gone BIP, right? So this is on the weekly. I'm using Bitcoin's past history. 27. If you look down here, you can see I'm in the 2017 zone. So I'm going back what happened after the halving cycle of the 2016 year. And I'm looking at the halving cycle we just lived through, which is the 2020 through now. The end of this halving cycle is in this portion right here. This is where we are in the future, but I'm going to the past to show you how the market played. So February 5th, the first week of February, boom, we were at the lowest. Then the second week, boom, the 12th, bow, look what happened. Then, boom, what happens? We get one little dip in the third week, but we still get a pump right before options expire. When is options expiry happening this time? Maybe options, let's check. Is options going to expire somewhere around the 26th? Let's go look it up. Let's go find out. Are options going to expire by the 26th? Where is it? Here is my screen over here. Let's bring it over here. Let's go to the options chart. Let's look here and hit refresh. Oops, go back. That was actually the right page. But it's going to load again. That's perfect. Here we go. So here's our futures, and we're looking at the last date to be February 25th, 2022. 25th, 2022. What do you see? All right. So now you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I mean? The thing just plays weirdo. Now, the only thing that threw me off this year is February is not a 4-week thing. It's a 5-week thing. So it's thrown off everything. So everything came earlier. Everything, and things are weirdo. But pretty much, we just got to know when the cycle is about to end, where that Bitcoin options contract's going to end, and know where our pumps are. So here you are, and here you are, the second week and the fourth week. And then you have March. But remember, we have 5 weeks this time, so it's throwing us off. Let me show you in the calendar. See? So for 2021, it was almost 5. It kind of didn't, it was there, but we jumped, it was not the same, but 2022, look at how, you see what I'm saying? It is actually one more, but that throw off, this would be the first week, but it's acting like the last week of January. So it's throwing things a little bit off. This week is now acting different. So this week, if we go back, hold on. Let me go and grab, let me zoom over here. drop down. And now if we go back to dip here, it pumped. And this week, which is supposed to be a dip, it pumped. So I have 2 pump signals instead of the 2 dip signals at the end of the cycle, which is off. So again, I'm still waiting for whenever the dip was supposed to happen here. I don't know if I'm supposed to shift it here just because everything's being thrown off here. So I have no idea right now when my dip cycle is. This one came, this one came, this one came. These 2 are off. So I don't know what's going on with this. But again, could there be some siphoning happening? And what I mean by that is, look at how the market's been playing. Now, the Russell and the SPX have been kind of coasting at a 0 and a 1% as if it's being propped up, as if capital's being moved out and rolling into other things. Now, I don't know if it's rolling into bonds. I don't know if it's running into funds, commodities. I don't know if it's running into growth 100%. There's so many different things that's happening. Now, one of the things that I am doing personally is looking at ETFs. All right. One of the ones I'm looking at is the Vanguard VT. This one right here. This one is a, I can't see it here. Oh, yes, I can. Good. This Vanguard Total World Stock ETF. As you can see, the price per yield and what the and how it's been performing. The reason why I want to start doing this is over the long term, I want more access to foreign funds through this. I'm going to use this fund for that. And then I want to also get, I'll use the S&P 500 to handle my North American purchases. And of course, just riding with the S&P long-term, best strategy in play. But I'm also trading as an inverse because I believe the market needs to shake out for price discovery. So again, looking at what's about to happen potentially in the next few weeks, let's look at the Russell. And this is why I mean, like, look at this. You had the Russell 2000, and this is on the monthly. So we're looking at monthly numbers. It goes up here, it does all this, and then it comes back down. Now, everything we saw in January, all the Hype-Nitis that's been going on, look at the entire month of what that tick actually looks like. Look what that tick actually looks like. That's it. That is a spinning top. That means there's confusion in the market. They don't know if it's going to go up or down. That's what the whole month sentiment ended up being. We don't know what the hell's going on. This is not a good sign. It can go to the upside and it can go to the downside. Now, why don't I have an upside narrative? I don't have an upside narrative for the Russell 2000 because speculative stocks don't work well in inflation situations. Now, is inflation forever? I have no freaking idea. I'm not an economist. I'm just a guy that's trying to survive in a company that his assets tangibly matter because they're intellectual property. And that because I put time into something and that time and that thing can become timeless, I can earn forever on that asset. So us musicians, we don't live by the same rules as everybody. Creatives, artists, if you're an artist, you do art. You don't live by the same rules as everybody. You know, art's actually is better long term, right? So even people that are artists and they sell art, that art seems to hold up long term. Now, what's getting ready to happen, y'all, is the digitization of all hard assets. It just makes sense. But if it digitizes, what network is it going to be? How much network power do you have? So here's my hustle for 2022, 2023. Part of it. 1, create assets. Put music on CD Baby, upload it, get paid my royalties from YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, well, all of Facebook, because I get paid Facebook, Beats Music, Amazon, Spotify, Tencent, that's China, some Russian places, some Korean channel, Korean revenue. So basically international cash flow from actual intellectual property. I do it all through CDPB and I get paid for anything. So any new social media that comes in, I'll get paid there, right? Period. Done. That's done. So now what do I need to do? Get visibility to my assets. How? I create stuff with video. I link and give credit to where I got those things from. So let's say I use anime. I put my music on the baseline of that. I create a channel specifically for those highlights, and I reap the benefits of that channel, having the visibility of my music and earning with that, and getting the visibility for the fact that I'm riding my content with some other content that has visibility on its own, and I'm giving the rights to that. So let's say I'm doing not Dragon Ball Z. Let's say I'm doing My Hero Academia, and I'm getting the new anime clips, and I'm showing some highlights on the new anime clips, and I have my music on the back end, right? Boom! Now all of a sudden my royalties get hit with that. I get pops in my royalties for that. What up, RTP? Right? So what I'm doing is I'm saying if I'm going to create assets in the future, I don't know what network I want to buy into, but I don't want to put my own cash into it no more, especially since I don't know for the next few months how anything's going to play out. But what I do know is my robot, this here, Bitsgap, linking is, well, the link don't work right now. I'm still working on ToxicHustle on the back end. But I'll get the links working soon. But Luna is a network. I'm going to have that in there. I already have Atom, Ethereum, and so what if I take the volatility I get here, right? So I say I have $208 that this robot that's been trading for a while, it's gone down 24%. As this keeps trading sideways, because I wanted it to go down, what happened is not only did the Bitcoin go up, which makes my shorts go down, but I put more money on it so it could actually buy the dip. So what my robots are doing is I'm trying to do 2.94%. Right now it's supposed to be 2.98, but I'm doing 2.94 right now. The bot is trying to get 2%, almost 3% for every single transaction it does. So what I want to do in time is as the bot goes sideways, because remember, I showed y'all last year the reason why we even are doing bots, why I even thought about it is because I lived through 2017 and I lived through Bitcoin winter. And what Bitcoin winter does is this. It does not matter how we feel about it. There will be no more pump until 2024. No more real major pump till 2023, right? It should be the bottom. It should be 2023. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. That was the historic thing. I know there's a lot more banks and everybody else in this thing now, so they could prop it up, but I don't know, right? With them shaking into other assets, other tangible assets and hard assets, I think people like Michael Saylor and all of them are slamming into Bitcoin, but they're going to get the cojones handed to them. You're not smarter than the market, Michael. And he's with market strategy, always buying the dip. I get it. He bought leverage and put more debt out and bought more Bitcoin. I mean, I get he might be right in a while, but yo, homie, you got to wait till 2023, 2024 before you can see that next run up. But we also, all of us need to have freaking cash. And we already know gas is going up, right? Because that's the reason why I was talking in the chat, y'all, in the Discord. I was talking about the fact, and Money GPS talks about, and even Mean Gene was like, yo, be careful. Wall Street has more media manipulation initiatives than Market Street will ever have. Like, so us on the retail, we don't have enough ammunition to beat these guys. And he's absolutely right. But I also know that they can't beat what the Fed has to do. So if your entire narrative is don't fight the Fed, well, then don't fight the Fed. The Fed told you they're going to have to raise interest rate to combat against inflation, but they're not doing it as strong as they should because they're hoping it just disappears. Right? They're just hoping it disappears. And that's why I said, he's absolutely correct. This is why I'm not going to put more than 5% on my inverse ETFs, which are getting their asses handed to them, but I'm still profitable because I bought it early. I bought it early in January when I saw it roll over, and I was like, well, you're not getting back up here. We have no more cash. There's no more stimmies. So you can't get to all-time highs again with no more stimmies. Who put it in the market? We did. And what did all the insiders do? Sell in November, December, and January. Here it is right here. Especially when them job numbers is looking exactly the way Jerome wants them to be for him to begin hiking interest rates after March. This isn't about manipulators in the market, but an over-propped up economy that can't print its way out of the bullshit no more. This is just my way of hitting them with the same energy they come at us with, right? Which is I'm shorting this crap. I don't suggest y'all do now because I got it in pocket early, so I already knew it was rolling down. I needed to roll further down, but of course they're bumping it up. We saw why. They're gonna hold this shit up until it falls. Because the Fed is still printing. As long as there's a pump or a plunge protection to keep it from plunging the hell down, they're gonna give those static little stair step down. They're trying to stair step it down. And I mean, the market dropped down by a good percentage, y'all. Like, if you think about it, the market has already had its ass handed to it. Let's do the measurements. Come here. Let's do the measurements. Let's go to the Russell, because the Russell got hit hard, right? If we go through, coming from the bottom, now we here, right? Let's do this. Let's just go from let's go from January, right? Hold on. No, let's go from here. Come here. Slide over. There we go. We're going to go back here. We're going to get this little thing right here. And this is I need the price range. Oh, not price range. Yep, I didn't know. Yep, price range. Let's start from the top to the bottom. Now we're here. So we already lost about, right? Let's go to the bottom of this one right here. So that's about 21%. So the market already did like 20, and if it drops down another more, it goes right here. That's that's not that much, right? So even if it like right here is where the bump comes, right? So like even if we do a measured move like this, we're talking about 9%, maybe. Like I have a 7% drop, but I mean maybe 7 to 9% drop. More once it if it wants to flesh itself back down. But they're trying to stagger this. They're trying to do this. What is it? Boom. They're trying to do, where are you? Bong, 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 bong. Boom. They're doing this right here. All of this is them trying to prop this damn market up. I mean, look at that. That's ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous. Look at this shit. I'm going to zoom in as much as I can on this. Because this little move right here is just crazy to me. Hold on. Boom. Boom. Zoom up. Like, just look at this. Since June, like, look, June, they were starting to taper off in 2020. In July of 2020, they were trying to taper down. And then, that's just ridiculous. Let me look at something. July. Let me look at June 24th, 2020. What's went on in the market? In June 24th, 2020. June. March, April. No, the market started going back up. But before that, we had that. Okay. I see what happened. Yeah. All right. I got you. This is the big print surge. Then they tried to roll over. They stopped some asset purchases and then began purchasing again. Ridiculous. So like I said, y'all, if you look at this, I don't see another run up. We have no more stimmies. Stimmies got us here. Stimmies from Timmy's got us here. Right? So 2020. Boom. Right here. So yeah. Stimmies from Timmy are here. Starting here. Broop. Right? And then another jump when the next check came. No, actually, this is not the checks. So that we had a bump and then a bump. So we had that Christmas. I want to have that Christmas rally bullshit, right? No, wait, what is this? 20. Oh no. Yeah. Yes. This is the other one. Stimmy, yes, April. Stimmy in November. Hold on, I can verify this. Let me go back. Let's verify that. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry, but I just think I saw something. I think that was Stimmies. Boom. Right here is Stimmy number 1. Bow. That's April. Right? April. Was a drop. April. First Stimmies. Uh-huh. Then the next Stimmy is what? No, the next one is March of 2021. April, May, June, October, November. No. No new Stimmies for the November 20. No new Stimmies. November 20, it just rallied. Okay. And then after that, March, it rolled up. Then from July, if you look at what the market did, right? Now look at this. Now tell me we didn't see it. Boom. It went to its highest high right here. And while it did touch the sky, up in the sky, right? But look what it did. It just banged its head, banged its head, banged its head. It's like it just kept banging its head up against this line and was like, nah, this is the top. And then it's come back down. Again, we have no real data until here. The market don't like that. So it either is going to want to touch this line at least, or it's going to have to touch this line. We have no stimmies, so that's why I keep saying that that's why you see my charts have the line all the way down to this level. Right? Because I'm looking at this and saying, this is probably going to be my bottom. Maybe. Here or here is going to be my bottom. But we will see where it happens. But we need to see what's going to happen with the market. We got to wait for them to stop printing. So that's going to be April. If they stop printing in March, we're looking at April. But then we know that we got the sports crap happening. So that's March Madness. That's right around basketball. So I think they're going to prop it up through April to get through the basketball. When is the actual NBA playoffs? Because it's going to be right after playoffs. NBA playoffs? No, NBA championship. When is the MP? That's kind of far. So it would be June 2nd. Damn, that's a long time to try to prop up a market, y'all. I don't know what y'all think. I don't think they can prop it up till June. That would be serious. I mean, God, could they prop the market up till June? I have to question this, man. I have to question this. I would have to seriously question, can they prop a market up till June of this year? Could they prop the Bitcoin market till June? Hold on. Let's look at this. Boom. Bitcoin falls in 2017, 2018. It pumps up here, crashes by March, right? Pumps till April, drops all the way to June 18th. Then starts to make a come up around around the 25th of June. Where did that just go? Did I just lose it? What did I do with you? I might have closed that out. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. NBA. All right. The NBA Finals will ends June 19th. So it starts June, ends June 19th. Starts June, ends June 19th. Ends June 19th. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they could do all this advertising here, but this backside on the dip, as you can see, November is a serious time. That's when we're gonna have that major dippage. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I don't know if they can hold it all the way to June. That's some serious cash flow. With the market potentially still playing weirdo, I don't know, Linda. Linda, listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Linda, listen. Linda, listen. Last week, Linda, it fell. It didn't hit it couldn't stay up here, Linda. It went and hit this, Linda, I fell down. Right? So that's your 25 days. Linda, I could not stay up there. It came back down. So now we look at last week. We start seeing a spinning top. We have no extra cash. There's a ceiling above us, 2 big monthly lines. We ain't getting back above this with 2 damn monthly lines sitting there. No. So that means we're going to be rejected. Just using sentiment analysis, I'm using sentiment analysis. On the monthlies, these monthlies are strong. The force is strong with these. So there ain't no way you sitting up above that. Now, you also got a weekly sitting here, and that's causing some ish because weeklies love to keep things at bay. So they're a good resistance. So we got resistance. We got 2 levels of strong resistance. So y'all ain't breaking through this with our bank accounts. There ain't no way. This is why I'm like, this is going to be this. I'm using sentiment analysis as well as what's going on with our bank accounts, as well as, is insiders still selling stock? Hold on. Hold on. Are insiders still selling stock? Give it to me. Tools and only the past 24 hours, please. Boom, 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 boom. 3 hours ago, Northwestern Corporation, insiders sold a 1.8 million worth of stock. Juniper Network has been selling their stock. Insiders increased their holdings, so somebody increased. Okay. Insiders sold 22 million worth of stock 8 hours ago. Insiders at AMC sold 8.5 million. Perficient insiders sold 12 million. Okay, y'all, come on now. Come on now. You can't have all this going on and think the market's going to be jiggy with it. La, 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 right? Especially when this is happening. And this is what I mean, y'all. We gotta really take this serious. Look, retail investors bought the dip in January as institutions fled. Who's telling you? Bank of America. They know how to pocket watch. They were watching your pockets, and they said no. They moved their money to an exchange and they started buying the dip. They know they're in your pocket. What's in your wallet? Bank of America. U.S. stocks recorded their worst January, and what did everybody do? Buy the dip. What little money they had in December, they didn't spend it on gifts. They returned a whole bunch of crap, right? And what do? Put it right in the stock market. Yeah, Rehan says at minimum, they'll prop it. It can wobble, but it don't fall down. We'll see. I don't expect, now I don't even know how they can let it crash. I mean, they're going to have to, but I don't think they can, let it. I don't know what they're going to do. But like I said, January, they bought the dip, and now we're seeing a rally, y'all. You see this weirdo rally that's going on in Bitcoin, and I'm like, yo, this is a fake out. We know this is a fake out. So they bought the dip, pump faking. As long as they propping up, they're not going to let it fall. But they stop printing in March. Now, Mean Gene brought up the fact that, Bitcoin is a potential hedge, kind of. But for me, Bitcoin is not so much of a hedge because it's a risk on asset. But it is a hedge long-term for just owning network power. Like, I don't buy Bitcoin because I think it's that I actually want to treat it like gold. I don't. What I want to do is I want to be able to figure out how to earn with it so I have network power. How I'm earning with it is I'm just trading off like I said, I'm not going to be buying Bitcoin. I'm not going to be buying heavy loads of Bitcoin this year. But I'm going to buy Bitcoin. How? I'm going to use my short position. I'm going to keep earning with my short position. And then I'm going to take this number, bring that into a robot with a BTC purchase, and let it trade. And what is BTC USD trading for? BT, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how I do this, son. USDC. Wait, USDC. Right here. Bam. So if I want to, on Kucoin, I can put a BTC USDC pair. You know how I feel about Tether. I'll hold the risky assets because that's probably got company paper that's tied to Evergrande and all them. And they print a whole bunch of worthless money. They are the Fed. USDT is the Fed of crypto. But I understand a truth. I'm going to take said USDT. I'm going to earn said interest on this right here. And I'm going to buy into the networks. Slow and steady compounding using this as a way to do this. But I'm also going to be on the BTC 3L position, which is the Bitcoin long position, which is also, hold on, BTC 3L, 10%. And if they're saying they're doing 10%, I'm telling you I'm going to do more. Like, let's just do a back test on what their settings are, the pre-settings. It tells you it's going to do 10.24%. I'm not going to touch anything other than I'm going to change this to 2.98. Boom. I'm not changing else anything. Back test that. We're going to beat that 10. Bow. 13.9%. So already beating it. And that does not have none of the lines down here, which would have made it even more if I trailed down and trailed up. So this 13% is not real. It's bigger than that. I'm going to show you what it's going to be. I'll show you how we do this, Sean. Move this down. I'll show you how we do this, Sean. Move that down. Let's get it there. Let's get it right down here. That's the max I can do. All right. Let's move you down a little bit more and move you down a little bit more. All right. That's what we can do. Now back test that. That better be better than 13. Wow, that's 26%. So again, I can't show it to you, but if the robot was trailing down and the robot was trailing up, we're looking at 26%. That is a 30-day. That is APR, not APY. Okay? Okay. So I will let this play out long term, because again, I understand that Bitcoin plays a very cold long winter. That long winter is all the way till November of this year till March of next year. That's when it falls and it kind of floats right after the November dip. That's going to be the best time to buy in. So this November, that's when I will begin to buy. And by then, hopefully the market is shaking itself out. But meantime, between time, if I'm earning 30%, can't I just then buy more Bitcoin? From the 30% that I have in my Bitcoin to compound that? What if I can do that with Atom? And I can do that with ETH? And I can do that with, let me just delete all this shit here. And I can do that with Luna. And I can do that with FTM. I don't even know what Hero is. What is Hero? Is that another network? H3RO. What is you? Hero. Is that how it's spelled? Hold on. H3RO. Yeah. H3RO crypto. Let's try that. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. What is this? H3RO. What are you? Update our 3.0 available, blah, 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 blah. You're not telling me jack. What the hell is a hero? H3RO, what are you? You're telling me nothing. Who sells Meta Hero? Is that what this is? Meta Hero? No. I have no idea. So I probably won't be doing that one at least. But Luna, yes. FTM, yes. I already have Atom. And I'll have the both positions. So I start with the short position. I'll get the long position. And then I'll trade both the short and the long position. So I'll trade for the upside and the downside. I don't care where the water goes. All I want is the underlying minus this asset right here. I want that. I want the ETH. I want the BTC. So I will hold the speculative paper with its volatility, which is what the bot wants anyway. And maybe Bitcoin is not as volatile as its short or long positions. So I'll just hold both. I'll hold both sides of the trade. I'll earn this position here. So right now my bot the change is 25% down, but the bot's doing like 0.5% a day. So you don't think that that's going to creep back as this dip lengthens out? Again, we're playing for the long term. This is on the weekly, right? This is on the weekly. I'm going to show you this weekly. Like, hold on, we got to zoom down. This is a long thing, man. Wait, no, this is the wrong one. Sorry, Bitcoin, not the stock market. There we go. So on the weekly, you see this length of time on the weekly, right? The bot's trading on the weekly like this, and it's just no. But then look at it on the day, right? And then we'll just condense some of this, right? I got to go over here because this is back in 2017, right? This is 2019. Oh, we got to keep going back. Here we go, 2017. So now, when you look at this time frame and you zoom out on it, like really just zoom. Let's zoom out. Hold on, because I want to show y'all something. I want you to look at this length of time from May 20th of last year. This is 2020, excuse me. So look at May 20 and just look at all this very long stretch of time, all this time that just played sideways. That's the bot bot can be killing that right there. If you go back in time, let's go here. We're in 2019. Look at 2019, right? After it fell down here, and then we're going to go right after the crash, right? Right here. If you just look at this length, yeah, we bubble out in February, then March, and it dips down. So right here at April, yeah, you get this little spring, and then it comes right back down, and then you just have this. It's like ba-dump, 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 ba-dump. So this length of time. So August of this year, you get a little bump in September, but then just the rest of that time till November, it just falls off a cliff. So really, you look here, it's from August to November of this year. That is just going to be where the bot is going to crush revenue. It's going to do well. It's going to win some, lose some as we have these spikes, especially if I'm on the short side and not the long side. I should have been playing the long position when I should have bought more long position here. Instead of me doing Atom, I should have gone BTC. BTC is short, waited till we got down to a bottom, bought my BTC long position, and then rode BTC up and down till I got my BTC out. I really just ran into short positions for volatility, and I'm going to have to play the opposite side of the long game for the spikes up to be able to capture these moments when they go up like this. So this way I'm on both sides of the trade. I'm getting the downside on one side of the trade, and then I can then capitalize on the upside on the other side of the trade with my bots. So either way, my bots are either buying or selling on both sides of the trade. That's going to be serious. Because when you play with just doing Bitcoin, you're really only trading that Bitcoin is either going up or going, you're really only trading that Bitcoin's going up. You made a purchase, Bitcoin goes up and down, yes, and you can trade on that, but at your point of purchase, and even if it drops down, the same thing I'm doing with the shorts, you're only really playing, you're playing that side, but you're playing at the point spread. With what I'm doing, I'm playing 3 times the risk on both sides of the trade. But I don't care because I want the implied volatility. I don't care about anything. I want the implied volatility of the long and the short game to be able to capitalize on this to earn the atom, the ETH or the BTC of that network, or the Luna or the Phantom network. So this is how I'm going to play my long game through 2022. That's how I'll earn crypto without buying crypto through the rest of this year. This is what I call liquidity mining. This is high risk or 3 times leveraged liquidity mining. Bitcoin position. Every green is a buy, every red is a sell. And even as Bitcoin was falling down, it was buying and selling. Buying. Every green is a buy, every red is a sell. Buy, sell. Or buy, sell, right? So I want my 2%. These lines are just telling you what it's doing. Boom, clink, boom, clink, burn, burn, burn. Yeah, burn, 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 burn. That's all this does. Burn, 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 burn. Yeah. So what do I care? Long term. What do I care? Even if it decides to get back to I bought at 99 cents. You can see I'm telling the robot, you can trail all the way to 82 cents. I'll buy it back at 99 cents. I won't go any lower. Stop trailing here. But then go as high as you want. Well, we'll stop down here. I'm not going lower than 88 cents. Because then everything else when you shoot back up will be profit. Because I bought it 99 cents. So I'm willing to catch a quick dip and go back and let it dip, buy here. And I don't want to go any lower than where I don't want to go too far lower than where I made my initial purchases. But again, all of these in time will be profitable again. And the only reason this one looks the way it did is because I turned off the robot and turned it back on. Just so I could lock in just so I could lock in just so I could lock in my BTS profits on this one. We made 500 here, and I wanted to put it here to get this up to $4,000, which is exactly what happened. Well, it was $4,000, but we lost 25% of the value. But we still have some profitability on this one. Still got a 4% profitability there. Still got 2% profitability here. And still got a 5% profitability on this play with a 1% change since we purchased. So again, I'm playing my positions to earn these networks. And then why do I want to earn the networks? I want to earn the networks because if Adam has NFTs and if my music could then be attached to NFTs cheap, then I could make money with the product rolling out and earn royalties on my asset being used and stuff. So then I could license the music to go out to specific NFT contracts. It's one of the things I want to work on. Like, how do I work with a team to have my music inside an NFT? And how do we partner and get that done? Not just my music, but anybody's music. And then that way you could just earn your royalties to your own wallet. So I want to have the networks. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who's going to be the Google of blockchain. Neither do you. We could all want our networks to be the number one network, but we don't know who's going to win. So what do? You hedge your bet. I hedge a bet that, hey, crypto's going into a long little winter, and I think that my short positions will win out over the long term because I think there's a November dip. So me buying it now is the top. Well, before this little bump. But I believe we're going to come right back down, just like we did right here. Go back to the weekly. Let's zoom back in. Let's zoom. All right. 2018, 2017, crash. Ooh. No, we got to go to 2016. Yeah, that's right. Crash. Bounce. Top of February. Before. So this, I'd say the third week, right before options expire. So options week should be the last of the Mohican. So literally in 2 weeks. So I'm going to hold my short positions. I don't think we have much farther to fall. I think we have to wait until, we have to wait. We're not at the peak yet. But it should be wherever the top peak was for wherever this was, right? So right around here should, because if we look at this, where this peaked out at was near where they ended up being. So wherever this high one was, let's look in the future and see where our peak might be. Right? Let's look and see what we got here. So right now we have our peak right here. Give me this. It is broke. Okay, hold on. Since we've been talking, I said it's going to have a hard time breaking through both of these. This little sucker decided it wants to break through. This is on to the week. Okay, it's on the week. So on this week, it looks like it's up here. And this is on the day, right? All right, so on the day, we're here. Okay, so yeah, they're trying to get it above on the day. We've gotten above the 25-day moving average. We've gotten above we're trying to get above the 50-day moving average. So tomorrow we'll put it above the 50. We do have a crossing getting ready to happen probably within the next day or two. I don't know if this is going to affect the market to the downside or not when it crosses, or if it's going to spike it up. But when these lines cross, we tend to have some negative impacts on it. So, and let me go back in the past. When the orange crossed red, let's go back. When orange crosses red, what happens? Orange crossed red here. So orange crossed red right here, and the market dipped. So the market crossed red here, the market dipped, and then the market bounced above the lines. But currently the market is getting above those lines. So that's why I said, we're going to see how this cross happens. When this cross happens, it might end up pulling it down. We will see. Or it could surge it up. I don't think we have the cash flow for that, so I think it's going to cross to the negative side. Unless it wants to try to paralyze itself, and we'll see if that does that or not. Let's look in the present. Let's see how the 4-hour chart's playing. That way I can kind of see. Right now, everything is looking, you can see how it plays. Once you have this above this line, you see it bounced above all three of these lines, jumped up here. When you have the green line crossing to the upside, that's bullish. So that's why you see when you got all these and this crossed here, when it crosses this way and crosses to the upside and it crosses these averages, it shoots up. So boom, you see it, boom, shoots up. If this crosses, it could shoot up again. So these are all positive things, because how this plays, how the charts end up playing is this line, we could be on a bull run. Because the reason why I look at this, right? I go here into these small charts, and I was watching these. I don't want to scroll into it yet. But I've looked at that. And if we go back into the 4 hour, when this plays like this and these are crossing this way, this is a real strong bull signal for a short-term bull run on the 4 hour chart. Now, I'm not saying this on the daily, right? Because we are seeing some bullish signs by jumping all up here. But at the same time, I mean, you know, I'm in bear mode right now, but you cannot deny the lines. This crosses up. This is getting ready to cross up. This is how the lines will run. This runs up here and goes like this. And you see it's seriously jumping up. This line goes above this one. This line goes above this one. This red line is now down here. What this is positioning itself for is a bull flag. Actually, and I'm a bear. This is a short-term bull flag. Holy fucking crap. No bueno for the shorters like me. And I'm real with it. Y'all know I'll sit there and be like, I'm doom and gloom. But short term, the charts don't want to lie. And I can't lie on the charts, y'all. So I'm going to tell y'all something. This right here is a little short-term bull flag. This going up. Everybody right now everything's above the 200-day moving average. Right here. So everything's already above the 200-day. So that right there, you're above the 200-day on the 4 hour where the bots play. So that's already a bull flag. You just crossed here. You're going to cross here. Every time these lines cross that, this shoots up. So unless we get some serious downside on the 2 hour to stop this crap and pull it like really redunculously back down here, y'all, I have to say that there has to be some serious things by the end of this week to pull this market back down. And I want to do a short-term bull flag and buy some longs, but I don't like chasing. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to let this play out. I'm going to let it play out, let it fall. And when it falls back down, we'll now know what it looks like. Again, on the 4 hour charts, like you can just see it, like on a 2 hour, like how it rode up and then just bounced right off of here. That was my first, that's confirmation for me. Like the minute it hit here and it kept bouncing off of it, even though it's in the 1 day, it's trying to play. And this is what matters. Like, not this. Like, if you see this, boom. Hold on. January the 20th. 20 through here. That's 4 days. So it took 4 days. Once it bounced its head off of all these indices, it fell for 4 days. Could not fight it. We had all that negative. Then once it gets on top of this, it's just riding this wave up. It's going to ride this wave for a while. And you can see that on the 4 hour chart. Like, it's not even close to this green line. We go to the 1 hour chart, you can see how it's just playing right along those lines. And we're already where the lines are, you can see it's above the 100, the 200-day moving average, the 100, the 50, and the 25. We're right now showing bullish signs. And then it's on the 4 hour, which is a longer timeline, and it's already well above the 200-day moving average. This is bull for a while. So at least for the next week, we're going to watch, right? I'm not playing this market. I don't chase anything. I already know what's going to happen. Long term, I look at my monthlies. I don't care unless my monthly tells me better. I'm going to show you what I mean. Burn. Golly bow, burn. Bow. This is the tippity top. It's got to beat this. If it can't beat this, I don't want to hear nothing. If it can't get all the way back up here, I don't want to hear nothing. If we have lower highs next month, I can't hear nothing. Right? Right now, we have a pump. But if you look at the weekly, it's got to get up here. It needs to sit up here. So we'll see where it is tomorrow, because we got till 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when it transitions again. So we'll see where it plays tomorrow, if it's going to play to the upside or downside. It's got to today get this level, and tomorrow stay at that level. If it comes below that level, it's got to go back and it's got to fight off not dropping through this floor again. And again, people are going to lose money through all of these little transactions. Whether they buy up here and it falls down here and it doesn't come back up and it goes down further. Again, that's one of the bad things about Bitcoin after the halving cycle. It's a stair step down. It doesn't fall flat. It stair steps over time. So you can see that. Stair step starting from December 2017, stair step down, January, stair step down, lower lows. You sit here in February, March, lower lows to March, bounce up a little bit, but then comes down and lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, low. Bang, you're at the bottom. So I'm keeping money to the side. I'm going to wait. Me personally, waiting until March, April for any more purchases. I'm not even going to do long purchases until March, April now. So JTNice, appreciate you bringing that insight today to the chat room. That really kind of changed. I'm going to hold off and see if they're going to hold this market up until after these events are over, because they bought stadiums. Oh, what is the FTX stadium? Hold on. I forgot about that. XTX stadium. FTX Arena. This is Miami, right? Yes. So you got concerts. FTX Stadium. And that is that is the Miami Heat. So that's basketball season. We are 2 for 2. Basketball season. 2 exchanges are going to have teams play through playoffs. So, yeah, I'm thinking they're going to hold this up. I think that it's going to be held up through at least till playoffs, which then coincides with April, May, potentially seeing that dippage, April, May. And then it might bump up right before June, right before all these things start getting really heavy and hot. But remember, they lost, if they lost money, these exchanges or whatever, y'all, they got hit already. But they get all them transaction fees. So they might be all right. So, yeah, I think that's what's going to play out. Let's check the market, see how we're doing now. I know that it's, again, look at this. We are skirting on the SPX. It's just like it's barely just holding itself. Russell's up 1%. SPX is down. The NASDAQ is just above. I mean, the Russell's up by 1. SPX, S&P 500 is up by 0.24. NASDAQ up by 0.51. Google down by 2%. Apple's just holding. Tesla's down a little bit. Amazon's up by only 1%. Affirm got 0.6 up. You can see it's just, things are just holding themselves together. Some of my things are up, some of my things are down. But like I said, long term, because I have the inverse shorts, long term, I'm still going to hold my shorts through April. Still going to hold my shorts. I don't believe the market's going to stay this high. Not without stimmies, and we ain't getting no stimmies. So, all right, y'all. Let's check the one more thing. Hold on, I'm a Mario. Give me 1 second. Let's check some stuff. I don't think I have any major news. America Competes Act passes without distraction. Okay, yeah, a provision passed. So this also might be helping the market. I saved this. A provision passed that doesn't have some stupid legislation in it so that these guys can make their money. Again, banks are setting everything up for themselves. Institutions are setting themselves up for everything in crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and whatever networks they want to basically get what they want out of the Senate. Remember, lobbyists control the politicians. Now, I don't know how these politicians are going to deal with this intermediary election year. I think some people are going to have they asses handed to them. Circle, I told y'all, this is the stable coin that is now infiltrating all of the exchanges. So I am going to be pegging as much as I can towards the USDC. I'm using USDT to be able to get more USDC and BTC long term, right? Like I showed you with my robots. Investors fear crypto winter is coming. So all this stuff we already kind of went through. Give me a second. Because I think I have some business stuff that I did save. I did save some business stuff. I did save some business stuffs. I did. Here we go. See more. Got some business. There we go. Let's see. Employees returning. Okay, so economic little landmines I've noticed. People are going back to work, and when they go back to work, they hate it there. They actually don't feel like the company culture trusts them. They don't feel like they're any closer to the company. They actually hate being in the zone. Why? Because it sucks. It always had. And employees are realizing it, and even managers are realizing it, and even businesses, CEOs are realizing it. So we are going to see more of a turn of people going back from the office, not to do with Rona, but just getting rid of property. These buildings are emptying. Corporate real estate is emptying. These people are not renting these places. It makes no sense. Why am I having people commute to work? Why am I commuting to work to manage these people? I need to save more time of my life. I need to not spend so much on gas. With gas going to like damn near $100 a barrel, you think people are going to be traveling as much? This is probably also everything that I'm also adding in subconsciously of the market itself. Like more gas prices going higher. We're talking about some places got $6 gas. You think these people are going to be traveling like that? And then you've got school getting ready to come out because of the holidays. Best jobs in America pay $145,000 and has 14,000 job openings. This is again why the Fed is going to raise rates. This was 5 days ago. They already are. All of the news is signaling everything's good. You're welcome, RTP, man. Companies unexpectedly cut 301 jobs in January. Wow. The job cut. And then all of a sudden, the Fed's talking about we had more job raising. That I'm gonna talk about that in a different segment, but I'm telling you, the numbers is funny. They got funny numbers. Them job numbers is funny. The CPI or the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, is all funny, and they keep spoofing the numbers back and forth. And you're gonna see it all over the news soon. They're gonna get hit with that. 90% of the workers surveyed could take a pay cut for permanent work from home. So people are willing to get a pay cut to stay home. Y'all, it's going to happen. Security, automation. So, and let me look at one more thing. I want to look at tech and the bandwidth and the energy business. Risk 5, these boards can be made in America. So I'm looking at risk companies. So if you're looking at computer companies and you're looking for computer companies who are going to survive through this chip shortage, look at companies that are going to implement Risk 5. Because we can build that here, we can print that here, and it's open source. So then we don't have to worry about liabilities and everything else. So a lot of these boards are going to get manufactured more and more so at this point because they can be printed here. Living robots can reproduce themselves. This is the size of a camera now. Okay. 60% of developers are embracing an API-first philosophy. Why is this in business? That's what I'm doing. I just want to show y'all the shit that I cut out that's coming out of my head ain't like I don't know what I'm talking about. When I say data is the new oil and APIs are nothing but data, and if you can aggregate that data to make business decisions, Apple building their own chips, M1 chips, yes sir. I don't know if that's RISC-V. Hold on, let me see. Is the M1 a RISC chip? Is it? Bow, bow, ba, 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 ba. There goes RTP with the layup for the slam. That's RTP for the layup and the slam. Apple building their chips were RISC-V. Why is Apple running RISC-V behind the scenes, y'all? So I always told y'all, don't just believe the hype. There's a reason why Apple pumped. Here's your reason. They can get through the supply chain issues. Rediscovering RISC-V, Apple M1 sparks renewed interest. It's an ARM-based M1. ARM. Why did Apple choose RISC-V instead of ARM? Micromagic's RISC-V claims to beat Apple M1 and ARM. Apple looking for RISC-V designers in September of 21. A move away from ARM? So yeah, any company. All right, let's look at let's see, Amazon pump, right? Amazon in 2019 announces RISC-V support in the free RTOS kernel. They are also getting ready for RISC-V. Who else pumped? Google. Let's see what RISC-V is doing, what Google's doing with RISC-V. Open source RISC-V processor, Google RISC-V random generators. All right, RISC-V, Google RISC-V dev, open source verification for RISC-V processors. I don't see nothing major at Google. Google's always late to the game these days anyway. But it doesn't look like they have some things, but I don't think that's major. So Google's behind the scenes. I mean, Google's behind the times on RISC-V. I would think they would make servers and machinery with that. ARM, the same company that NVIDIA is trying to finalize the purchase of. Man, RTP, don't be doing them damn Shaquille O'Neal dunks. Hold on. Hold on. The ARM NVIDIA merger. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boy, I tell you, RTP with a dunk. Because we're going to go one more step. We're going to go one more step, RTP. And why I'm looking at NVIDIA, I'm like I got my eye on them. I'm going to show you why I got my eye on them. OMNIVERSE. The Unreal of NVIDIA's Unreal Engine. Omniverse NVIDIA. This is why they want them chips. This right here is why NVIDIA want them chips, bruh. NVIDIA want them chips, bruh. They are doing manufacturing. Like they're doing test scenarios where they got whole environments, entire manufacturing plants functionally working inside their Omniverse. That's why they want them chips, man. Chips, man. Chips, man. That's why they want them chips, man. Like you're going to build an entire robotic plant, a manufacturing car plant, all inside there and have it functional. Not to mention like things like this, new desktops and all that other stuff that you can do. So yeah, And let's not even do the fact that they got the METAHUMAN, the metahumans. Yes, Lord. They got their metahumans. Let me see if I can get a metahuman up here. I think there's is there something in the news about metahumans? NVIDIA wants Omniverse to be the metaverse's builder's glue. 1 month ago. Yes, Lord. Let's go with metahuman. Right? Metahuman creator. I want to filter that for the last month, though, because I thought I saw something. There we go. Looking like that dude looking like the dude from the Roots. He's looking like the dude from the Roots. I can't remember his name right now. Who's the drummer from the Roots? Questlove, looking like Questlove back in the. Give me Questlove with the app. There we go. Looking like. Looking like Questlove. So yeah, this right here, that project there. Unreal against metahumans, man. So you already got 2 companies with synthetic humans. Metahumans and Unreal's. Wait, no. They brought metahumans into Unreal, so it really doesn't even matter. Well, I tell you. Look at this. That's why I said that the business of what entertainment's gonna be. Look at this. This metahuman in Unreal. All you need, and then look at this. And how long is this?
Can you speak in Greek?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is a JTNice.
What did you just hear? Face, where, mark, 4, right? This is how you do it, y'all. This is how you do it. This is what you do when you're doing research. I'm doing this live for y'all. I just heard the same thing you heard. I never watched that video before. But immediately, what did I just show you? If I want to get this equipment that did this right here, this is it right here. What's the pricing on that? Pricing options. Oh, that's an enterprise program. $125 a month, $15 a month, $125 a month, billed annually. So basically, if I want the Analyzer Studio with 1 seat, I can pay $1,000 for a whole year. The FaceTime Real-Time software, annual, if I want to buy that, that'll be $2,000 or $195 a month. So even if I want to do this, I just have to make sure I had enough client work to justify that $195 a month. That's what people don't do. Now the whole camera system, now that's way too much for me, bro. Webcam system, $28,000. So what you can see here, the indie head cam system is $5,000 for the entire system. And I can get a quote roundabout. And then you have the full 28,000 joint, which does high quality multi-actor facial capture. So then you get all this stuff. So yeah, I mean, these businesses are out here, man. And there's some interesting things coming down the pipeline. So like I say, it's not the end. When you look at what you see, what Facebook's getting ready. When I say I want to build content, just be reminded, this technology is coming to everybody in time. There will be cheaper ways to do this with our own cameras. You can 3D print these things yourself. Just giving you a little option. That's all. Of earning. So y'all, I'm about to take this down. I'm gonna chill the hell out. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Y'all be safe out on these streets, my people. Stay blessed, stay safe, keep the